Hello, sorry I'm late, guys. I've been listening, and new bugs arrived in the post, the courier for our lizards, so I had to quickly get them out of the box and into their container. Otherwise, we would have had very dead bugs, and we don't want that. Yeah, we have a bearded dragon. I'll show you guys on camera later. So, who's seen Skeezy's little live yesterday afternoon with Donald on there? Put a 1 in the chat if everyone's seen Donald on the toilet. Jesus. It's just too much, guys. I'm over it. Now, I just want to welcome everyone in first. Hi, Miss Justice. Hi, Peggy. Bonda Cheeseman. Hello. Yvette. Welcome. Yeah, I don't think there would have been many people that missed seeing either the video or the screenshots of it. I'm not going to play the video of Don because Benny will strike me straight away, because that's just the way he is. He's been doing it to everybody. Hi, Jeffrey Barrett. What is this? Getting paid. 2-hour videos is getting paid from YouTube. The other half is asking for Amazon gifts and donations to take trips to LA. Really? Are you serious? Josie, good afternoon. Has everyone seen the pics on Missing But Not Forgotten's channel of the red ute? And it's very blurry, isn't it? Is that the one you're talking about, Josie? What's going on? Oh, okay, we won't go there. I'm not going to comment on what other channels do and how they do it. Like, it's their channel, their house. They can do things the way they wish to do them, and I'm just going to stick in my lane, guys. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm so new, like, I can't comment on the way they want to do things, because that's just, although it sounds ridiculous that I would say that when I'm not happy with the shares and Skeezy. Some say he's shooting up in legs. Well, do you see this photo? Can you guys see the little screen I'm sharing? I noticed this while I was watching the video, and to me that looks like someone's like actually biffed him, as we would say in Australia, and it looks like a big lump and a bruise around his eye. I missed the video because bedtime I found it. Don on the pot, it was over. Yeah, I know. At first I thought, please don't tell me he is actually going to sit in the toilet. But when you could see that shower divider thing, at least we know there's an actual shower in there, I guess. I thought he definitely is. He's sitting on the toilet, this piece of shit, literally. Well, you know how he had the sunglasses on? And everyone was saying, why has he got sunglasses on inside? Other than the fact he's hiding that he's under the influence. Is a now low. I'm not sure what you mean of it. It is very low on their behalf because it just shows what they're really like, and that's their natural state as far as I'm concerned. All this, like they're on a live right, Donald's on a live right now with the shares, and apparently they're going to let out some very controversial facts about his family. Oh, it is a new low. Yeah, I know what you mean now of it. And he's, as everybody else is saying, saying he was higher than a Georgia pine. I forgot what I was going to say, you guys. Used to do this to me all the time. They was done with him. I know, Jeffrey. One day they're over it and it's a shit show and they're not doing it anymore. The next minute they've got him on the phone. So I don't know what this big controversial information is. I do have an earbud in that's going while I'm speaking with you guys. So if anything comes out, I'll let you know. But at the minute, there's Jay for Justice, Skeezy, and the shares talking with Donald on the phone. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. If she doesn't take up with Donald, she's going to take up with Skeezy, 100%. It's just, why would, if they're all for the victims and, you know, Donald and Candus are doing it so tough, why would they put them in a position of being so degraded like that? And to let anybody see them in that state. You know, it's not, I don't believe any of this unraveling is, they never unraveled after Summer went missing, did they? Like there was no, how do we say it? I don't know. They weren't like they are now, but I suppose they didn't have the shares or Benny in their lives back then to show the world. Do you, Daisy, you think it was a hoax that they were off their face and actually Candus looked like she wasn't with us anymore? It was a bit scary to me. That's just the way I interpreted it. A prank, Miss Justice? So you don't think they were completely off the planet? Ada Bella. Yeah, they, like we all know that they're the most narcissistic couple on earth and it is all about me, me, me. But that's not going to, what I'm getting at is their behaviour and the way they looked on that video last night. It does not help their cause in getting their boys back in any way, shape or form. Hi, Libby. Go over and show Libby some love at True Crime with Libby. She's just beautiful. Yeah, I know they're good actors. And apparently they've been given, the shares and Donald both received 2 cease and desist orders this morning, telling them to not go ahead with the live that's happening right now. But they think that the cease and desists are fake because they were delivered by email and not served in person. So they're still going ahead with it. But I guess we'll see, won't we? He's not supposed to be talking about Jeannie or Mary in any way, shape or form, and he's still doing it. And no doubt whatever he's going to say on this live now is going to damage his dad even more. don't understand how they can kick up such a ruckus about the SA side of things and throw everyone else under the bus that we're all doing the wrong thing, where we're speaking about Summer and all these two do is talk about themselves and the SA. So who is more focused on Summer? A tosser. Yeah, Daisy is more than a tosser. He's doing more hurt and evil than good. Absolutely, Priscilla. Here's Ashley Marie. No. Yes, lots of hearts and prayers for Summer. It just makes me so sad that she's in their eyes and their dialogue. Summer isn't their priority. And if she says one more, Mrs. Cher, if she says it one more time, I swear I'm going to go in there and lose my cool. She has no respect for the service that people spend their whole life delivering to the public, as in Chris McDonough. Like, give me a break. If she says one more time, the expired detective, how disrespectful. This is a man that has put his life on the line every time he's gone to work, and she refers to him as an expired detective. To me, that says it all about the sort of person she is and the character she has, because she is the biggest hypocrite on earth, that she will deny that she's defending Donald and it's, you know, she's his bestie, but she goes to the extreme of condemning Chris McDonough in every breath she can. So, girl, you're making yourself look like the biggest piece of shit on earth, because I'm very sure there's not many Americans that would appreciate, or people around the world for that matter, who've grown to love Chris McDonough, that, sorry, my phone's ringing, that she could assassinate his character the way she is, because it's not okay. He deserves the recognition of what he's done in his life and what he continues to do every day. Like, get that right, girl. She says don't talk about other channels or your comment will be deleted. Then what does she do? Absolutely. No, it's just not okay. Like, I don't give a shit what you do with Donald. That's your business. You want your views, go right ahead. But leave Chris McDonough out of it. That's between Donald and Chris, if there's anything there to be, you know, dealt with. Not her. You know, she thinks she's a bloody manager, not, well, she is virtually managing him, isn't she? But if that's the way you manage people, God help you. What did Libby say? It's just not okay. That pisses me all the way off. Do not come at Chris McDonough. Absolutely, Libby. You know, even in her gestures, in her mannerisms, when she even says Chris McDonald's name, like the eyebrows go, the eyes twirl back in her head, like, oh my God, it makes me so angry. But you know what gets me with these people as well, I've noticed through my years, is they're the first people to degrade law enforcement, and, you know, they're this and they're that and they're horrible about them, and the way they speak about them, like Mrs. Cher. But soon as something goes wrong, where are they? Who are they on the phone to? Straight to law enforcement. that Saturday night, where did she have to go? Straight to law enforcement to get things sorted out, you know? I just wish with people like that, when they do ring for law enforcement or arrive at a police station, there's a list of all these people who've been nasty about police in the past, and they can say, no, sorry, we can't help you, because that's what they deserve. Heroin, yeah, well, I thought that too, but then when I spotted this big lump under his eye, I thought maybe, like, to me, I don't think they're acting. I honestly think they're under the influence of alcohol and or substances. But I wonder if she's whacked him or something there, because it is a definite lump. I've got a couple of photos where you can see it, but that one's the best out of all of them. I sat there screenshotting, trying to get good photos before Benny took it down. Then he took it down, then he put it back up again. And I know yesterday I said I will not give him a view, but when I seen what was happening, and I was actually in Web Sleuths after our live yesterday, and people were saying that in the chat that he was on Skeezy's channel and he had no shirt on, he was drunk. And I'm sorry, guys, the curiosity got the better of me, so I had to go and have a sticky bag. Where's Josie's question? Who told? Well, that's what I want to know, because it didn't sound like Mrs. Cher, did it? I was thinking the same thing. If anything, it sounded like that Michelle lady, the one that was on the leaked, you know, that advocate lady has that, they had a leaked Zoom meeting and it sounded like her to me, but I could be wrong. Injected wrong and has blown into the skin. Yeah, well, that it does look a bit like that too. But they don't inject into their heads, do they? I honestly have no clue about where and how they inject and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it was an advocate and her name was Michelle. I don't see why I wouldn't have advocate let them look like that. Well, that's true too. But it sounded like they were directing, you need to sit down, you need to, and he was talking to Skeezy and this person at the same time. So it's pressed enter too quick. You're fine, Unicorn. Looks like he got hit in his nose. It's red. Yeah, it just doesn't look right, does it? Very weird, but nothing surprises me. And like even up, oh my God. There's another photo with the sunglasses on. I'll share it. I swear to God, they wonder why we're all losing our minds. Oh, I haven't got it up. Hang on. How do I do that? I've got to change photos. It's been silly today, guys. No, not that one. I'm getting there. Sorry. Just trying to find. Oh, this one. Here we go. I think he thinks he's now a movie star, because that's what he looked like. He was trying to, with the sunnies on, I'm talking about. And the hair. It's a pity we can't see in the sunglasses, because there's a reflection in the sunglasses. But I've looked long and hard and I can't see if he's actually holding two phones or not. But there you go. I was going to do a side-by-side of his head like that and one of his slicked back looks with when he's on his live little phone calls with Mrs. Cher, because it's quite a contrast, isn't it? He shouldn't do that anymore. Very telling. Sorry to be rude. I quite often see you guys in all the chats. Yeah, we all sort of go around and support other creators anywhere they can get a vein. Like, obviously, I know they do it in their arms and stuff. And I've heard people say that they do it between their toes when they are really trying to hide it, all that sort of stuff. There was a gun by the door. He is a felon. Was there? See, this is why I love this platform so much, because we're real-time chatting and everyone picks up different things at the same time, watching exactly the same thing. Lick his ads up already. He's wearing his hair like that because he wants to be like, that's a good point, Patty. It's nearly the same colour and length as Dave Rader's. And as I was saying yesterday, I don't know how they had the gall to hang out with Equisearch, because I would have been so ashamed. They have a rifle hanging in their living room. Well, I didn't spot that either, Libby. You guys are on the money. Well, they haven't got him on camera from what I can gather. So Cher's asking him now if he thinks she's still alive or not. He is no, Dave. Hell no. Not in any way, shape or form. The good Lord's going to return her to him, he thinks. Yeah, look at his forehead. Hi, peace from Denise. Angela Palmer. Dave is a nice looking fella. Candus may have put on whoop ash on him. That's what I was thinking, peace from Denise. It's it doesn't look good. Don really thinks he is some superstar. Absolutely. Like, this guy talks more on YouTube than YouTube creators, if you think about it. If he's not on one channel, he's on the other channel, and it's getting to the point where it's a daily. And he says the same shit over and over and over. I know. How many women pay to have them curls, Patty? The girl that went missing, I've got a little video I'm going to play on that in a second. Unicorns are real. The girl that went missing in August was found last week. I think she was 16. Her last name is Dyke, and her boyfriend's name is the same as the people who own the Wells Cemetery and blocks beside Summer. I know who you're talking about now. I thought you were talking about Gabby. Sorry, unicorns are real. Yeah, she actually phoned into that other new couple's YouTube or on their live or something and said she was fine, and but the poor little thing thought she was going to be locked up, as in a cell, because she ran away. And she is related. So that cemetery So that's all beside Donald's property. That's crazy. But as is coming out, there is so many genealogical connections. They're all virtually interrelated, that whole sort of area. And he checked into Rogersville. Oh, I can't keep up. I've got a 3-screen triple monitor setup. That was another reason I'm a little bit late, because I was trying to get it sorted out. Because at the minute, I've got the 3 monitors, but they all use the one screen, but it's spread out, so it's through the 3 screens, and I was trying to separate them so I could use each screen individually. So I'll get that done tonight, and I'll be more organised for tomorrow. In the car with her. Peggy wants to play with Dave Rader's coals. Oh. A man in a chat a week ago named Hinky or something from that area saw Don at Walmart and said his demeanour was like he was Elvis. Yeah, that was here. He was strutting around like, I wish I could remember his name too. He was really informative, wasn't he? He said that he was sort of walking around with like he was famous, and he was enjoying every bit of everyone looking at him and so forth. And that's, I can tell you now, if my daughter was missing and my 3 sons had been removed from my care, I wouldn't even want to go to Walmart. I wouldn't be leaving the house except for looking for my daughter and fixing the house up. Don is talking about reading Ellen White stuff. Who's Ellen White? No wonder he's messed up. Oh, I know who you mean. Now the voice is going to go. Yes, it was. Yeah, Shannon. He come into our chat, didn't he? And he was telling us some stuff. And how disturbing is the story with Gabby. She is the most gorgeous, sweet little thing. Yeah, I know who she means now, Daisy. I was just a little bit. There's so many characters you got to keep in your head and try and keep on top of, and like I'm going to hustle like a hustler and give them what they pray for. Really? Rick Hinkle is his name. Yeah. Did you see the interviews post? Is that Chris McDonald's post? Peace with Denise? They're actually talking about summer today. Can you believe it? But it's the same questions over and over again. The same everything. What's the last thing you remember about summer? Like with all the stuff that's going on and all his talking, I still can't get past the fact that they put Megan Boswell in jail it was a week, I think, and just for lying. If law enforcement haven't worked out that there's lying going on pertaining to Summer's disappearance, surely they can lock these 2 up just for lying. Is John and Cher still lying? Absolutely, they're still lying, a pair of them. And I do believe Cher knows more than she's. Mary and Jay are being harassed in Chris McDonough made a clear announcement to stop or else. Is that the post he put up last week after they did file the charges piece with Denise? There was another disturbing bit of information that came out this morning, and I think it's all crap, but I heard along the YouTube world that Jeannie had threatened to harm herself if he went live tonight with whatever they were going to let out on YouTube, and I really, really hope that, like, I don't believe it because I feel like Jeannie and Mary are a united front and they're strong and they wouldn't go saying things like that. I just don't believe they would. Are they the whites and same whites that done the doco with that guy, Johnny Knoxville? I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Yeah, we do, Daisy. We just have to support them. Oh, really? It's different. I'll go over and see if we can find it. Here we go. Interview room. I'm just getting this community tab up, guys. He's doing a live at some point too. Oh, here we go. I'll share this, guys. Share screen. Oh, Chris has already done his live. Geez, I'm behind today. Between bugs and screens and washing. Here we go. And everyone can see it. So, on another note, some continue to harass and intimidate Jeannie and Mary, who have filed a criminal case in Utah. A video and or call was made where her father, an elderly Alzheimer's patient, says whatever is put into his mind. Jenny is very fragile currently and therefore you will be held responsible. Hang on, I've just got to go down a bit. The PD in Utah will be listening and watching tonight, I assure you. You need to stop on behalf of a named suspect, or I assure you your names will be added soon. Consider yourself notified. Wow. Oh, God bless me. It's yeah, it's just getting way too much now. Libby, I did watch your little video of that. I couldn't see it. The looks like the one I seen, it looked like the red things on. Now I've lost my. It zoomed itself in, so I can't see anything. Okay. Yeah, go over and watch Libby's. She's got a video and the pictures were taken today, were they, Libby? A couple of red trucks, yeah, and one of them had ladder racks. The one I seen, red ladder racks on the roof. That Shannon's so dealing with a lot of health issues. read it. I watched Chris's live and Jenny wasn't not on with him. It was a mother whose daughter was... Yeah, it was. It was on another case he's dealing with as well. Chris M mentions those who live in certain states that have been talking to Don. Ah, that's the bit. Okay. I couldn't work out why they were there. But I have a earbud in it, so, which I've just taken out, guys, so I can see what you're saying now here. Consider yourself notified. And we'll highlight that bit right there, because that's important, isn't it? Canada. I wonder what this one is. There's another law coming to... Oh, now I'm going to have to stop that screen. This is why I can't wait to use the other setup, because I can look things up on the other screen while you guys... Okay, so I'll stop that screen and we might watch this little video. Yeah, I'm really... my heart is just thinking for Gabby's mum and dad right now and her friends and family, and I can't work this young fella out whatsoever. It's... Yeah, it's hard to feel positive that they're going to find her alive and well, isn't it? In this sort of situation where they will not communicate whatsoever with Gabby's family. And, you know, it wasn't even his truck, that Ford Transit van. It was her vehicle. But if anybody's seen AB's video this morning, there was, I don't know this one. We'll play this one and then we'll chat after this bit. So who was the genie that was on there? I don't know, Peggy. I haven't seen it yet. I think it was another case altogether, the one he's done today, with another case. I don't think it had anything to do with Summer's case. So we'll play this.
When her boyfriend had a physical altercation during the cross-country trip that ended in her mysterious disappearance. Cops were called to a grocery store in Moab, Utah on August 12th to break up an argument between Brian Laundrie and Gabby. Brian told Gabby to take a walk to calm down, according to a police report. She didn't want to be separated from the male. Gabby began slapping him. Then Brian grabbed her face and pushed her back. Gabby was crying the entire time, and police described it as more of a mental, emotional health break than a domestic assault. Cops say Gabby and Brian were ordered to spend the night apart till things cooled down. Today, Gabby's distraught family is denouncing her boyfriend. The one person that can help find Gabby refuses to help, her family says. They add Brian left Gabby in the wilderness with grizzly bears and wolves, while he sits in the comfort of his home.
We have no knowledge of him helping in any way.
I spoke today to Gabby's stepfather, James Schmidt, who has flown from the family home in Blue Point, New York, to the outskirts of Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, her last known whereabouts. Can't he just say where he saw her last?
I wouldn't know why he wouldn't want to do that.
Inside Edition reporter Allison Hall spoke to Gabby's mom, Nicole Schmidt, on the phone today.
What do you have to say to Brian and the Laundrie family?
Brian, we need you to talk to us. We need you to tell us what you know. Just please communicate. That's all I'm asking. The one person who can help the most is not talking.
The big heat on laundry is intense and growing.
Time is of the essence. If you're a father, you want to go find your child. And without any answers, you don't even know where to go.
Today, cops in Northport, Florida, where Laundry lives with his parents, released photos of the van that he and Gabby lived in on their cross-country road trip. The van is now in police custody, and for the first time, police officially called him a person of interest in the disappearance.
We're just pleading with him at this point to please speak with us. We need to understand those details. They put out a release yesterday saying they remain in the background. That is not good enough.
Guys, can you understand any of that? Because I can't understand. It's just straight away, he's hurt her. That's all I can think of. There's no way if he's just left her on the side of the road somewhere that he wouldn't say she's, she was fine the last time I seen her. But there's none of that even. Nothing. It's more than a red flag. It's a red billboard. Brian went home to Florida in a van. 12 days later, her parents called police. He lawyered up, not speaking exactly. It's just crazy. And then you've got the other side of it with that other that other lady couple, and they were both shot to death in that Tatton place. He is a coward. They met in high school, I believe. He was controlling, maybe abusive. His parents know she lived with Brian, and his parents too. Oh, I was wondering about that, because it said she moved to where he lived. So I gathered that they obviously lived together, but I wasn't aware if it was an apartment on their own or whether it was with his parents or what the situation was. So it's very telling that his parents had organised the lawyer for his return to deal with everything. Like, there's no other. If his parents don't insist he come, where did it go? Hope these buttons don't annoy you guys while I'm pressing them. If his parents don't insist he come clean with this and let those parents know what happened to their daughter, they are, absolutely, Ron. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly why they're enabling him to not tell the truth. And I 100,000% agree with you that they're just as bad, because, that, like, he doesn't look old enough to, not old enough, but I don't think he would be that switched on to have a lawyer sort things out for him on his return. His mum and dad know exactly what has happened, and they're going to try and keep their son out of jail, basically, and that's just the reality of it, isn't it? Which is pathetic. I love your name. My dad and father-in-law name was Ron. My hubby's name is Ron. Get it? Sharon and Ron. Sounds like another case with people enabling. I don't know why people just, if that was my son and he come home, I would march without his fiance. I would march his butt straight to the police station, and you tell the truth. Exactly the same way as you do with a 6-year-old when you come home from the store and they've got a pocket full of something that they haven't paid for at the store. Happened with my eldest daughter when she was 6, and I drove her straight back to that shop and I made her hand it over and tell the man verbally that she didn't pay for it and give it back. Because if you don't put those, morals into your children as they're growing up, then what hope have they got? If you're just going to say, oh, well, don't do that again. I'm not one of those parents that sit back and, okay, so how many of you with kids at school, your children at school, and then they're having a situation at school with another kid that is bullying them or not getting along with them? There's some sort of issue there, okay? How many parents have you tried to approach that won't have a bar of their child is doing anything wrong? That is what these parents are to me. My child doesn't do wrong. Go away. I'm not even going to talk to you right now because my child's just an angel. Get out of my face. And you would be surprised how many parents are like that, and then you end up with an adult like this who doesn't want to take the repercussions of his actions. Like, give me a break. Yeah, you've got to teach them from little kids. It's all monkey see what you do. Parenting. And believe me, I've not always been the best parent. I don't think there is such a thing as being a perfect parent. We all learn as we go along. But if you're letting them get away with things without any discipline, or you've got to sit them down and say, this is not a good idea, and this is why it's not a good idea, and this is what can happen if you do it again, But he does look like an educated kid, so he's had good schooling, all the rest of it. But they must have money too, because they look like they do to me. I just don't understand how parents can, obviously you don't want your child to go to jail, but you don't, I don't know, they just look as bad as he does now. I don't hear anything. What do you mean you don't hear anything? Consequences, yes. He's got to face consequences, and he will, because his parents can't protect him forever. Our eldest daughter kept taking her seatbelt off, so we took her to the police station, and one of the nice policemen had a little talk to her. She was 5. Oh, that's good though, Daisy. She'll never forget that, ever. Yeah. Oh, look, it's just so much. Each week we say, with Summer's case, it's just too much, and it is too much. But I still believe we need to come on here and keep her name out there, and Gabby's name and Michael Vaughan's name. I honestly haven't had time, guys, to look into anything new happening with Michael. The last time I did, which was over a week ago, it was starting to become a bit messy with accusations and stuff over there as well. So, but as far as law enforcement updates, I don't think there's a lot happening right now. His actions prove something bad has happened to her and he's involved. Absolutely. Otherwise, why would he lawyer up? Yeah, exactly. It's just, like I said, it's not a red flag, it's a red billboard. It's a good foundation for kids at an early age to teach truth, honesty, love, and kindness. I can't agree with you more, Shannon. My daughter Hope is Equisearch. TBI is guiding them where to go. Judy Ron had some good clips with Dave Rader. I haven't had time to watch Judy Ron's one yet, but I will. Yeah, I was wondering with people in the States, is it like nationwide, the Summer Wells case? Like, is it on national news or just sort of in the relevant areas of where Summer lived? I was curious about that. I know Nancy Grace has done a story on it, and I don't think Inside Edition has. Yeah, let's. Equisearch are amazing. You're right, Miss Justice. Oh my God, look who's here. I had a little fan moment yesterday, didn't I, guys? I was so excited. And do you know what? When hubby come home, I said, you're not going to believe the day I've had. And he said, why? You know, thinking something, I don't know what he thought. I thought was fabulous. But Mountain Girl 212 is in the house. Welcome, Mountain Girl. I hope you're doing really well. We miss you. I watched all her stuff. She has great, had great little videos. Just know that we love you, and that was my news, Shannon. I was so excited to tell hubby, guess what? And he's like, oh, here we go. She's off her head again. And I said, 3 YouTubers come into my chat today, and I was like so excited. And he's like, right. That was it. Right. I was like, okay, whatever. It was very rude of him. And his name's Ron too, Ron. He'd had a couple of beers, and then he's like, I'll have a chat with him. And I said, oh, God, shoot me now. I said, no, I'm not doing live now. He said, well, let's go on live. I'll have a chat to him. I think he thinks, because he's got no clue how all this works, but I think hubby thinks they're a little, like there's 74 people in here right now. I think he thinks there's 74 little faces on my laptop screen, and I just talk to you all and you verbally talk back to me. I don't think he realizes that you guys are in the chat. But we should do that. We should give him a few beers one day and get him to come on here, and a few of you can come up on panel and we'll have a chat with him because it's hilarious. Georgia Lane, Cleveland. Yeah, I was thinking we should live stream Mrs. Cher's video while they're on there now, but I think she will take me straight down. She's not happy with me. She gets quite cranky with me. Like, I know how to push a little bit, but I know when to back off a bit too. Like, yeah. So you just sort of, it's like catching a fish, I guess. You can... Men don't get it, do they? No, he really doesn't. Like, he's only now just started to do online banking and emails, things like that. He's really funny. Every time I come on him, my throat goes croaky. My hubby says, don't tell me if it is about a child. Too sad. Yeah. But I think as women, that's what gets us, is the fact that we can't comprehend, and as mothers, what some people are capable of. We just can't understand that. We know our spouses. Yeah, he's so funny. says, come on, get on there. I'll have a chat with him. And guess what, guy? I think I've told you so 100 times, but he's a drywaller as well. And I was telling him the other day how Donald took the brand new red Subaru to work, and you should have seen the look on his face, because every day hubby comes home and he's covered in white. So he'll have the white hard stuff that dries thick on his clothes, and then he'll just have like really fine white powder as well. And he's a mess. And he said, I could imagine if I tried to take your car to work. And I said, yeah, you can imagine, because it's never going to happen, dude. My hubby. No, well, it's only just lately unicorns are real that he's doing that. And I thought that's good, because it saves me so much more time having to do it all for him. Oh, really? Peace with Denise? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I think unless you've actually lost a child, I don't think we can fully understand what you're going through. But I could imagine, you know? It's just, that's why I don't get their behavior. And I never will get how they acted after it. Oh, I don't know. You know, it's just bizarre. Look like, and their house looks like it threw up. Well, yeah, you don't think the card look any different? Probably not. They actually say, I've heard people say that how your car is treated is much like how your house is going to look inside. And I thought, with my two granddaughters, my God. Oh, I don't know, the amount of stuff they can leave in the vehicle. And we're getting ready to trade in again, like to renew, because we've had it for 5 years, and hubby keeps losing his shit, saying, if you start playing this car out, there'll be no new one. And it's like listening to Dad after 30 years, still telling, keep that car clean, girl. 1995, never had a problem, no. I think things are a lot safer now but you'd be surprised the amount of people that don't have any sort of, what do you call it? Virusware and protection for their technology. One of my sisters, she'll go and buy, like, I've been with her a couple of times, and she's bought a new PC, and I'll say, what sort of antivirus software have you got? And she goes, none. And I said, would you drive a brand new car out of the lot without it being insured? And she's like, hell no. And I said, well, why would you go online if you're not protected? Because to me, it's exactly the same thing. You don't want to lose or throw money away. Why are these dockets in the car to hubby? Oh, you know what I used to do when I'd go shopping, because our big shops are an hour's drive away. I used to take a red marker with me, and I would mark everything down in the car before I unpacked it. Like, as I shopped, I'd put it in the back of the car and mark the big items down, so he thinks I got a really good bargain when I really didn't. A docket is like, Miss Justice, you know, your receipt after you've been to Walmart or somewhere and you've got your itemized receipt of what you've bought and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, especially if it's under finance. If it's under finance, dealerships usually won't let you leave. I just started watching Summer's Case and YouTube. I've always been interested in finding missing and figuring it out in my mind, of course. Yeah. Well, most people are like, I think a lot of people went from she's been kidnapped, like right at the beginning. I don't honestly think that everyone feels that it's a stranger abduction at this point. That just from the stuff I read and listen to, it's, yeah, I might remove this. Stop sharing. Virus has nothing to do with banking online. The banks pay big money for security, and all you have to do is have a secure password to log in. Nothing is on your computer. Yeah, I get all that, Ron. I didn't mean like dangerous with virus where with your banking. I just mean in general with hackers and not so much your banking software and stuff. But you can get some awesome, yeah, he does do, he puts up sheets as well, wishful thinking, does all the cornices. He does do finishing as well. Like some builders will put up, like what Donald does, they'll put the sheeting up themselves and he'll just, so they'll fix them and he'll finish them and do cornices and external angles and all that sort of stuff, sand everything off. But others, he's got to fix the sheets and do the whole lot. So it just depends on which builder that we're working for, or if it's a private one, he does the whole thing himself. So he's always a mess. I've always kept the same opinion of what happened, but I have a niggling thought of what it is. If it is a hoax, you think, okay, so some people are thinking that the whole situation is a hoax and that Summer's alive and just put somewhere safe for money and whatever. I don't know. Would they risk that and losing the 3 boys just... Now my dog thinks he's a bird again. I don't know why people want to read a case that's not true instead of one that is. I'd rather try to figure out, yeah. Hi, Stephanie. I haven't seen you in here before. Welcome. Oh, could you imagine if it was so? You wouldn't want to show your face again, I can tell you, in public. Wouldn't it be horribly ironic if she was in a well? Oh my God, Miss Justice. I hadn't thought about that. But they were saying, I'm pretty sure it was on AB's, they had a discussion about this the other day. Hi, Kathy. Hi, T. Riley. That the wells around their area are only like they're not wells like we imagine them to be, where they're big enough to put buckets and stuff down there. They're virtually like a couple of fifths round, enough for a thick hose to go down there, not an actual body or anything like that. Jay is sticking up. Oh, you're kidding me. Look, I used to, as you guys know, I've only had my channel for a couple of months, but I have listened in the background over the last couple of years, and I used to feel a bit sorry for Jay because, you know, when I started getting into all of this, she seemed to take a lot of flack from people, and I didn't know the backstory. I had no clue. I still really don't. I know it has a lot to do with the Chris Watts case and that sort of stuff, but I'm getting annoyed with her right now. T. Riley, I was just saying, I had an earbud in. I took it out about 15 minutes ago because, I don't know, I was finding it hard to sit and talk about what I wanted to talk about while I had Cher going in my ear roll. And I was going to try and relay verbally what was going on over there, but it's too annoying. I can't do it. But that's annoyed me right now that Jay would do that, because to me and Jay, I don't mean to be horrible, but girl, you're not helping yourself right now. You lay with dogs, you get fleas. Get your ass out of there. No, no, I'm not wearing that. Hell no. I had a little bit more respect for Jay than to. Why would you defend Kansas? Oh, I can't even talk. People shouldn't tell me shit that's going to put my blood pressure through the roof when I haven't taken my tablet today. The Wells are like a couple of children, their kids. Well, I'm sorry if this offends Candus or anyone else, but I don't think Candus has a maturity level over 14 or 15. And I'm being deadly serious. That's why she had an alleged attraction to H and all the rest of it, because mentally that's her age level. Donald, this is my opinion only, it's for entertainment purposes only, and everything is alleged. But when you have someone like Candus and a maturity level that is well beyond her physical age, they often do go for older men because they do need that parental type figure as a partner to do everything, look after them, keep them, you know, all that sort of stuff. But the other side of the relationship, she's more attracted to people that are a lot younger than her. I don't get Jay. Someone said the other day Jay has an agenda. And I thought, no, she's okay. Like, she's just, you know. But no, not doing that. I'm not happy about that. There is a pattern. Where did that go, Daisy? There is a pattern in Candus family where the females go for older men. Yeah. Apparently, Grandis did too. It speaks volume when you have 2 sisters and 3 or 4 other women filing SA charges against you. Absolutely. Why is Jay doing that? Where did T. Riley go? Come back here, girl. Tell us more. I wonder if I live stream it, whether Cher will strike me. Because I'm really curious now. Unicorns. Mellow Sharon laughing out loud. No, it's that'd be like Tiffany Marie. Not that I know, like, I know 100% Tiffany Marie would never, ever, but it's the same sort of thing, isn't it? Let's go and get interviewed by Cher, and then let's just get on her bandwagon. Well, thanks for letting me know, T. Riley. Letting us all know. But yeah, that's bizarre to me. Like when Jay was on Mrs. Shares the other day, it was more or less like Mrs. Share interviewing Jay on her YouTube journey and her past and all that sort of thing. And I had no problem with that. And I thought, oh, yeah, whatever. You know, that's interesting. I didn't know about her background and all the rest of it. Yeah. And I didn't think that was, but to get over there with skis and be a part of it, no, can't do it. I sort of lost a little respect there now. And it's not even on her channel, so I just think Mrs. Share needs to be a little bit careful there too, because Jay's been around a hell of a lot longer than Mrs. Share. Yeah, I know, Shannon. A lot of people, that's what I was saying just before, wasn't it? A lot of people have said that, you know what I mean. It's just, I think this is Libby from the Sniffles, but I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, if I was sniffling, no, I'm just cranky. They want to be the one to see Don and Candus slip up. Well, if yesterday's video on Skeezy's channel wasn't a slip-up, oh, I know what you mean. As in, give up information. Yeah, they all want the reward money. Although I don't think Jay would be that hard up for money. Lucky you, Daisy. They all acting like pretty soon we will all know what's going on, like they're setting Don up, but then they stick up for him. Exactly. I really don't know. It's becoming YouTube channels gone wild. Don would only answer certain questions. Really, Dottie? Hi, Dottie. If anyone's new and they'd like to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. We're just doing a chat type thing today. I haven't had any time to get stuff together to play and that sort of stuff. So we're just chatting. There is a missing child. I know. And when you think about it, Donald's the only one who's taken the spotlight off Summer. Not Jeannie and Mary. And not Chris McDonough. It's Donald. Yeah, thumbs up would be great too. I just want to know. I know. Do you guys put a 1 in the chat if you think Summer's going to be found alive? Because this is my biggest hurdle. Jay was getting frustrated. Really? I don't know whether to live. Is it over now, Dottie? T. Riley, is it finished? Once I get these monitors set up, guys, we'll be able to do heaps better things. Yeah. I don't think she's with us anymore. That's just the feeling I get. And most of it's got to do with the way that Donald and Candus act. It's, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I believe in, like I know there's a lot of the sale of children, things like that happen in that area, and the trafficking. I know that's real and it happens. The only thing that does sort of make me feel a little bit like, yeah, that could be a possibility, is that bloody Subaru. Because it's, okay, so you know how we were saying all the time, we have a $600 monthly payment on it, so I'm going to drive it and it may as well, you know, I'd get some use out of it as well. There is no $600 finance on that vehicle. So it had to be purchased outright. I know, T. Riley, that's what I was just saying a little bit earlier. Like, surely they've got enough lies now to be able to lock them up for something. Without all the YouTube allegations and information, surely they can sift through enough to get them locked up. And I know, everyone, every time I say that, someone says, yeah, but they want to get them on the best charge to keep them locked up longer. I understand that too. So it's just like you keep banging your head against the wall, isn't it? And each time it just gets a little bit harder and harder because it's so frustrating. Yeah, well, I haven't had time to look into it or get the definite information, but I will do that tonight and have it tomorrow. But there are people associated with the wells that, okay, so we already know that there's a link between the Sheriff Lawson, and there's another link with Robin in the genealogical side of things. Like, so many people are related to each other in that neck of the woods. It is scary. I had a little list here. There's the Lights, the Barretts. So the Barretts, there's a Barrett that is a commissioner of Hawkins County, the Goads, the Lights, and the Vanderbeens. So they all intertwine back into the Wells side of things. Yeah, Barrett's the commissioner. It is mind-blowing, the stuff that is being traced back, which, and why, do you remember the very first interview he did with the media? And he says, I've only been in the area for 13 years because I had to come back and look after his mother because she was ill and she passed away and he got the house. But that's not true either. Like, he might have went back there at that time to help look after his mother because she was not well. But there's more in the background with the property and everything else than he's letting on with who paid what, when, and how. Seriously, taking a dump Unreal video is over with Jay, Skeezy, Share, and Mr. Share. I know. It's bizarre, all right. It's over now. Okay, cool. So much digital. Exactly, the digital side of things. And I want to know 100% if anyone knows if they've got the technology information out of that Subaru. I want to know that, because if this so-called phone call with Grandis's friend is true, surely that information will be in the technology side of things. Yeah, but surely, Deb, it's 3 months today, isn't it? Yeah, Robin is. Josie. She is definitely related. Hi, Kimmy Jean. I have a stepdaughter who lives in Knoxville. She said you would be surprised how many people in that area are related. I was when I started hearing about who was related to who. They're all sort of, and each holler has a different little name. You got the Lights holler, the Goats holler. Guys, I'm so embarrassed. I thought True Crime Libby was live using a different voice because she does that a lot, laughing out loud. No, this is Down Under. And my name's Sharon, not Libby. But Libby was in here just a while ago, so just realised she shared your live. Sorry about that. No, it's fabulous. It's fine. But yeah, we'll have to get Libby to come up on panel and she can sing us a song. She's so sweet. And she does do the voices too, doesn't she? She cracks me up. I love how she does her little roll call and everything. It's very cute. Oh, thanks, Sherry. I feel a bit like I haven't done much today, guys, because we've just been chatting. But I promise I'll be more organised tomorrow. If Lawson is covering for Don, he might be sharing a cell. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, T. Riley, that's who I've been watching, and her research is phenomenal. Yeah, you've got to actually sit and write notes while she's talking, because if you try to ask her something halfway through, oh my God, she loses it. I was sitting there, I was driving home the other day listening to her, and my granddaughter's like, what are you laughing at? I said, oh, it's just Nita. She's got the shits with someone. She's losing her mind. Yeah, I love Miss Libby too. You've seen me on there? Oh. Yeah, she's really thorough though, isn't she? She's like a dog with a bone. And if you try and tell her something different, like a few times I've had things ready to, like I've typed, and I just haven't hit the enter yet because someone else had just asked her a question and she ripped it to shreds. And I said, hell no, delete. I'm not asking her nothing right now because I'll be in trouble as well. You've just got to let her get off her chest what she wants to say, I've gathered. And then if you want to ask something, don't ask her a question halfway through because, yeah. Melinda. Hi, Melinda. I stay neutral on Summer, praying she's still alive, hoping they did send her to a better home and nice people. That's wishing. Yeah, I think everyone thinks and hopes basically that she's still alive and she is somewhere where she's been looked after. Then that neglected and abused these children, I have a problem there. It's just so sad. And I don't forget about the boys, guys, not on any level. But I did hear something interesting yesterday afternoon. I can't remember whose it was on, but somebody said, it might have been Nita. I was cooking dinner and the subject of the eldest boy was brought up, and apparently because he's just turning or is about to turn 13, he doesn't have to be where the department say he has to be. I don't know if that's true. I haven't had time to research and look into it. But apparently, going by whoever it was that I was listening to, he can say where he wants to live and not specifically have to stay with where he is under their care. I don't know. There's a little job for me tonight. I will write that down. It's so much harder being in a different country because everything's so different to what it is here. Josie. The panda eyes on that little girl breaks my heart. I know. Yeah, I've heard that too, Ron. And that's, remember 2 weeks ago when, he decided he would start going to neighbours' houses of a night time and asking if he could look on their properties and stuff like that. If he turned up at your door and wanted to look through your property right now, would you let him? Because he was saying that the ones that are out physically, boots on the ground searching right now, are full of shit because he's been out there and he's tried to look and ask neighbours and other residents if he could look on their properties and they won't let him. Like, dude, do you not realise the way you're being perceived right now? Protective custody. Yeah, I can understand that. I just don't understand why they would let them go live in the state they were in if they really do want their boys back. Like, that's not looking after Don's interests, Skeezy. You know, if you're so concerned about him, why would you let him do that? Why would you not shut it down? But you wanted them viewers, didn't you? You wanted that because it benefits you. It just amazes me. If you took the YouTube views out of this, do you think Skeezy and the shares and now Jay would be all up in his face trying to help him if there was no YouTube? Yeah, no, wouldn't happen. Example, if a couple divorces and have children, when they turn 12 years old, they can decide which parent they want to live with. Not sure if they are in CPS care. Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. I will look into it though, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. You was one of the first person I subscribed to when Little Summer first went missing. I've been watching since just... Oh, thank you, Sherry. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed. We made the 1,000 subscribers, so that's exciting. And soon I will get a community tab so I can post little handy bits and pieces and let you know when we're going live and all sorts of things. I'm just looking up how many subscribers we have now, guys, and I can let you know. We have 1,042. No, we have 1,044. So if you haven't subscribed or shared or liked, that would be awesome, just to keep us in this algorithm they keep talking about that I've got no clue what it means, but apparently there's an algorithm out there, and if we hit like and do all the things that all the other creators say we should do, then good things happen. So for our little family, we need good things to happen. We want good ass karma to come to the live stream done. Hi, Susie Joe. I've just listened to the live stream with Don. Clever chap. He wasn't blind drunk tonight and making an ass of himself. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kimmy Jean. You just subscribed. I just don't know. I'm getting so frustrated right now. I don't think he was just blind drunk, though, Susie Joe. I think there was something else involved there, in my opinion. Hi, Jan Johnson. They want them to break so they'll tell where their body is for a plea bargain. I just felt yesterday after I watched that, I was actually thinking one of these two are going to be deceased within too long, because it's getting to a different level now where Mrs. Cher and Skeezy are pushing and pushing and pushing, and one of them are not going to see it through, in my opinion. I just feel like something is about to snap in one way or another. You know that Ali and all of them knew what was going on in the house. Well, Ali and Leslie and Sherry, Ali's mum, all said in different interviews that they had all notified CPS of different concerns and things that were going on in that house. And apparently, yes, there was 7 reports made just in the last 12 months. So maybe that's one thing that Ali got right, that they really did do that. And I hope they did, because if I knew that sort of stuff was going on in a friend's house, I wouldn't hold back in reporting at all, because it's not about the friend, it's about the children. Hi, Cat's Eye. Betty Boop, I think he does still have a job. They were saying the other day through Mrs. Cher that he'd lost his job. It's like 1 minute they're trying to get you to feel really, really sympathetic towards Don, and then the next minute you get something like yesterday on Skeezy's channel. But that was all crap as well, Betty Boop. He still apparently has a job. You're kidding. Remember, I haven't had the blood pressure tablet yet. Ali was up there on the weekend. Okay, we need someone in the area to go up there and put a couple of little cams in some trees so we can see what's going on for ourselves, not through Mrs. Cher and Skeezy. She does look like she's in bad shape. But in saying that, as we were talking about yesterday with Grandis, why hasn't her mum come back to help her? There's something keeping Grandis away. If I seen my daughter looking like Candus did yesterday, I would have been there by morning. There's a reason why Grandis isn't going to support her daughter. She's already lost one daughter, so why isn't she there for her other one? Yeah, Gina, T. Riley was just telling us that Ali was supposed to be there on the weekend. It's horrible. And I'd be really, really angry if Ali was up there. Unless she's trying to get information or something. Why would Ali be up there on the weekend when was it True Crime Commentary that played the audio, the text messages between True and herself? Would that not be uncomfortable for Ali? Yeah, Melinda, you're probably right. She probably has seen a look like that before and she's used to it. It's just not okay. Jen, to understand their behavior, you have to stop thinking like a normal person. It's really true, but it's really, really sad as well, isn't it? I know exactly what you're saying there. You're taking a trip up there in 2 weeks, not to get involved with people in case, but other idea with this case. Oh, you have to take me with you, Shannon. I'm serious. Take me on FaceTime. Do you think so, Betty Boop? But if she's in witness protection, she wouldn't be allowed on Facebook to answer all these messages and everything else that she's doing, would she? How many here are sleep deprived? Last night's the first time I've slept from, say, 11 till 7 in the morning in a month. A couple of nights through this week, I've only slept for 3 hours, 2 nights in a row, because I just have to keep getting up to check, is everything still the same? And how disappointed are you when you do, you have a look and nothing's happened yet? And the same thing happened with, I really hope it's not going to be like the West boys, because it's never ending. And surely they got enough on them pair as well to do something about it. Well, they're saying, Kathy, that they think Donald purposely showed her in the state she was in because he doesn't care about her and he wanted people to see what she's like. But I just think he was that shit-faced. He didn't know what that camera was pointing at. She is 5 and I would not leave my daughter-in-law's side. Yeah. No, I would be there straight away. Yeah. But we're not allowed to think like normal people. Unicorns are real. We have to think. It's so hard, isn't it? It's so hard to not think about what we would do, and if they were our children, it's so hard to not think like that, because it's just natural and we know what should be happening and what isn't happening. Yeah, that's like, it's just crazy. The sleep deprived. But when I'm awake in the middle of the night, I can't sort of do anything too productive because I'll wake everyone up. If you go place look at 155 Trent Lane, it's a big camping grounds and cabins, lots of places to put someone. It's called Idle Hour. Oh, that's interesting. I'll write that down. I like to look things up and fossick into things. I've got to say this again because it was brought up again about the flowers that they planted. Them flowers, cactuses, they're pretty hardy little things, aren't they? Like the succulents. And I've done a video on this before where on Chris McDonough's interview on the interview room, if you go and have a look, or on one of my other videos, you'll see, I think it's called The Wells House or something I did. And I've got screenshotted crop photos of them potted plants that Grandma and Summer and Candus apparently planted. And if they were succulents or cactuses, Chris McDonough was there 30 days in for that interview. They wouldn't have died in that amount of time, surely to God. And they were dead. And the rest of the stuff in them plants was weeds. So my email, Sharon, is, I'll put it here in the chat for you, Miss Justice. And I found that interesting. That them plants were already dead by the time Chris McDonough got there. If they were planted on the 15th of June, succulents are pretty hardy and so are little cactuses. And they wouldn't have shriveled up. Like they're still in the pot, in them big pots, but you can see that they're dry and dead and not alive anymore. I'll just say it while I remember as well. If you want to have, if anyone wants to message me or get on to me when I'm not on here, I'm on Instagram and Facebook, just Down Under Crime Talks. And I check in there most evenings and catch up with things. I have been a bit slow through Facebook lately though. No, I don't believe there was either, Susie Joe. Hi, Hillbilly Heart. We have a question. Here's our Liz. We have a question, Liz. Do you mind answering a little question? I think it's one that you'll be able to answer completely off the top of your head. In theory, not, how do I say it? So if there was a child that is 13 years old and he has been put in, taken away from his parents or parent, can he at that age stay where he wants to stay, or does he have to stay with a foster family in the department? I know it's a tricky one. I know in Australia, they do say that kids can choose, like Ron was saying before, if a child, say the judge says the child has to stay with dad, but the child wants to stay with mum or whatever, they can have more of a say on where they want to live. But yeah, it's a different ball game when the state has taken them. So I don't know the answer, and that's why I was wondering whether Liz could answer it for us, because she might have better knowledge on that. Yeah. Yeah, it depends, doesn't it? Yes, I love Liz too. She's beautiful. I don't know why she copped the flack on that crossbow thing, though. Very harsh. But some people are really harsh, guys, in this YouTube world. Being her drugged up. I don't think they would let a child return to an unfit home. Yeah. Yeah, only in custody cases. I'm thinking that too now. I think about it more. But I do know a few kids local here that have been 13, 14, and they were removed from their parents and they just kept taking off. Everywhere that the department placed them, they would just run away and go to where they wanted to go. So in the end, the department just let them do what they wanted to do because they knew they were never going to stay where they were supposed to be staying. You think more problems than safety issues. Yeah. Now every dog in the street is going to start having a little bark. How long have we? Oh, we've nearly been on 2 hours, guys. Yeah, I think 2 boys are together and one's separated from the other 2. And that even breaks my heart. It's so sad. You just want to grab them and give them a hug and make everything better, don't you? Like, as mothers, that's everything we want to do for these kids. I can't move past the J bit. It's annoying me. I'm going to have to say what's up to her. What are you doing, Jay? Oh, really? Let's hope the oldest boy hasn't learned. Well, don't they say that usually the first younger years are the most, is when the brain learns the most from their parents. So I have new electric lines now, so I'll be back online more tomorrow. Oh, cool. Oh, you don't hate living in the sticks. It looks so beautiful there. We're in rural area, but in the actual township. So our internet and stuff's pretty good. But if you can go out one particular road in our town, 5 minutes out the road, and it's like you've gone to another world because there is no cell coverage, that you cannot text, you cannot ring, you cannot get online, nothing. So I don't know how they even sell houses out that road, because I wouldn't go there. It's hard. There was a reason Don took the oldest boy with him last year when he visited his dad. I've been thinking the same thing, Ron. His sister said he was mean to the boy. I think he was mean to all of them, in my opinion. Now we have a helicopter. Or maybe it's a lawnmower. I don't know what it is. Same sort of pattern here. Yeah, and we have little farms around that don't have NBN like we do in town. It's like a little satellite that sits on their roof. Let's home. Josie can't get help. He's been involved in drugs and drinking. It's so sad. His parents are worthless. Yeah, but as I was saying the other day, guys, in my situation, how I was, I would have the opportunity to go and live with my nan and auntie and things like that. It's that, even though you have lived in that other side of the world, you know, and like, I'm not joking you when I say my mum and stepdad would move house every single time they got an electricity bill, because they literally would. And I'm not exaggerating or making it up. Every 3 months I'd be off, because we have quarterly electricity accounts. Every 3 months off to another town. And yeah, they were like nomadic hillbillies that just never had roots anywhere. They'd just use everything up in one town and move on to another. So if I never had the opportunity to go and live with my nan and see a proper way of normal living, I would be like that now, because to me that would be normal. And that's just how everybody lives when it's not. Like, good on people that want to travel around. I'm not saying you shouldn't travel around every 3 months. I'm just saying that kids, if they can get out of their natural habitat and see another way of living, then it opens their outlook on life to the different ways you can live, basically. Siphoning nomads here. No, they did every 3 months. Like, I would go to 4 schools every year. So I'm surprised that I ever graduated, and, you know, I really am surprised. I'm sorry, I know that's not easy. I had to grow up real fast. It was not a good life for a kid, but my mama did love me. I have no doubt that my mum loved me, but I think she loved her partner more. And her priorities were always him, never her children. And that's what I see with Candus as well. She doesn't want to lose what's going on with Don, because he feeds her, he houses her, you know, he's virtually a father figure to her, so she's not going to throw him away anytime soon, especially if he's still got a job, because what has she got if she doesn't have Donald? There are Wells people in every city, state and country. Yeah, look, we even have every town in every part of the world has that socio-economic division of people who just live like that. Like, that's their normal. But when children are being severely neglected and not looked after and all the rest of it, it's just... And then you hear about how many cases caseworkers have, and you can't see that anything's ever going to get better, because sadly with these groups of people on the lower end of society, they usually multiply a lot. So then the problems that they're living with are then multiplied per child, and then they'll have another 6 kids, and the cycle just never ends. Yeah, severe abuse often creates neurological defects, so I'm concerned in that regard. Yeah, well, it's just horribly sad. And you only have to look at Candus's facial features, and I don't think all of it is attributed to Bell's palsy. I think she might have been born with fetal alcohol syndrome or something else as well. Plus her, you know, her immaturity for her age. And anyway, guys, I think I've talked your ear off enough. And I am going to do some research and get some stuff organised for tomorrow's live. And be organised for a change. She took my brothers and left me behind. I woke up. Where did that go? And I'll get these screens organised so that we have a better setup. I woke up and had no mum or brothers. My dad fought and got full custody of us all. Oh, what a great man. Unicorns are real. there's so many wonderful dads out there that are single dads, and I don't think we praise them enough either. You know, AB does a great job with his daughter, and I just love listening to him. Get out of my cupboards. Get out of my fridge. I'm glad you caught us too, Hillbilly Heart. Love having you in here. I love having you all in here. Thank you so much. Thanks for subscribing, T. Riley. I've seen you in the chats too. Hi, Shelley Tarbett. But yeah, if you're in here and you're not subscribed, I'd really love it for you to subscribe. Oh, thank you, Ron. And thanks for coming in and sharing the chat with us too, because it wouldn't work if you guys didn't talk back to me. And if you just want to come up tomorrow, I'll put the StreamYard link in, and we can have a few people up here and talk on the panel. Oh, hi, Tan. My tongue, I swear, is in a great big knot right now. Where did it? First, oh, thank you for subbing. 10-9. Do you know visually when I look at your name, I want to say 9-10. Do you ever find that with other people, or am I just weird? Because I'm reading and it says 10-9, but my mind is saying 9-10. So I'm going to call you 9-10, if that's okay with you. Because I'm going to get tongue-tied every time I try to say it. Maybe I'm dyslexic. Maybe that's why I'm weird. Well, you know, Nita sent us here. Oh, she did. She's so funny. She really does. She cracks me up. I feel like I'm having a bipolar session some days, because she'll be really lovely and she's in a happy mood, and the next minute she's having a little cry. And I thought, Nita, you're doing exactly what I'm doing in my own head right now. Because one minute you're laughing, then you think of something else and you want to cry. And that's how it's getting everybody. We're all so emotional and frustrated and angry. And yes, Jay, I'm still angry with you 15 minutes later. I'm going to come and have a chat with you, Jay. And she'll say, who are you? Skeezy copped it yesterday. I haven't given up on that either. I'm going to get something in the works. We've got to get rid of this guy for real, as Nada would say. No, I didn't think it was your real name. That'd be awkward. 10-9. 10-9. Oh, God, now I'm going to be... Or it could be 10-y. 10-9. No, I'm going to stick with 9-10. I think that's cuter. That's my own individual little name for you. Oh, no. Shelley Tarbett. Many kids who are abused grow up to be champions of abused kids. Yeah, look at me. Become the best mums and dads ever. Absolutely. And you're so right, Shelley. Not all children that are abused as little ones grow up to be abusers. But sadly, it does happen with some. Anyway, guys, I have to, it's nearly time to go and pick the kids up from school. So I better make it look like I've been doing things all day and not sitting here on YouTube. But I will be back tomorrow. Oh, greetings, Amanda. Sunny Florida. It's the start of spring here now. So soon we're going to be up to the 100-degree days and all the rest of it. And we'll still be stuck inside. But at the moment, we still have the inside fires happening and wood carting and all the rest of it. Okay, I'm going to go now. because I will keep talking to you. And I'm sure you're all sick of me by now. Oh, hang on. Yep, we just hit 2 hours. Yeah, no, it's 2 p.m. on Thursday here right now. So I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit. And thank you so much for coming in and chatting with me. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye. And you're worth it.